What if I told you that the voice in your head, the one that whispers you aren't enough, the one that spirals into panic at 3 a.m., the one that drives you toward self-destruction is not you? What if your mind has been hacked? 4 millennia mystics and seers have warned of invisible entities that feed on human suffering. They called them the rulers. They are the architects of the Matrix, the puppet masters behind the curtain of your reality. But hidden within the original teachings of Jesus Christ lies a 6-letter command code. A word so ancient, so charged with vibrational authority, that it acts as an EMP blast to these parasitic frequencies. It forces the invisible architects to reveal themselves. It makes the shadows scream. This word was not meant for Sunday school. It was meant for spiritual warfare. And for 2,000 years, it has been sanitized, translated, and stripped of its power. Until today. If you are ready to stop being food, if you are ready to see what has been hidden from you, type I am awake in the comments right now. This is not engagement. This is a declaration of war. Today, we are going to retrieve the lost technology of Jesus. We are going to learn the command code. And once you say it, you can never unsee what it reveals. To understand the power of this command, we must first understand the enemy. We must journey back to a time before the Council of Nicaea, before the Empire sanitized the faith. In the deserts of Egypt, the Gnostics, the Norse, practiced a dangerous form of Christianity. They didn't believe in blind faith. They believed in gnosis direct, terrifying knowledge of reality. And their central teaching was this: this world is a farm. The Gnostic texts, like the hypostasis of the Archons, and the Pistis Sophia, describe a race of inorganic beings called Archons, led by the Demiurge, the blind craftsman. These entities cannot create light. They can only consume it. They fashioned humanity as a biological battery. They engineered a counterfeit spirit, a false layer of consciousness attached to your soul to generate the specific frequencies they eat. Fear, lust, rage, despair. When you feel a sudden, irrational wave of hopelessness, that is not a mood swing. That is a harvest. Jesus, according to these forbidden texts, was not a human sacrifice to appease an angry God. He was a system buster. He came from the pleroma, the fullness of the true light, to smuggle a virus into the archonic simulation. His mission was to give us the codes to break the signal, but the Empire struck back. They burned the books. They killed the Gnostics. They turned Jesus into a harmless icon and his radical technology into hollow rituals. But they couldn't destroy the language. Embedded in the Aramaic tongue, the language of Jesus, lies the sonic weapon that the Archons fear most. The vibrational weapon. Maranatha. The command is 6 letters long. Maranatha. Maranatha. In English, it is politely translated as, "O Lord, come." But translation kills the vibration. You see, Aramaic is not like English. English is a descriptive language. Aramaic is a creative language. Like Sanskrit or Hebrew, the sound itself carries the power. The vibration of the syllables interacts with the fabric of reality. Let's decode the sonic geometry of Maranatha. Mem, M, water, chaos, the unconscious mind. Resh, the head, the beginning, the authority. Nanen, the fish, the seed, the eternal soul. Alope, the unity, the source, the divine breath. When you speak Maranatha, you are creating a formula from the chaos mem. Taott ratio awakens the soul nun to the unity Alap. It is a frequency jammer. The Archons operate on a low-frequency band, the Lower Astral. They broadcast thoughts of unworthiness and fear directly into your mind. Maranatha is a high-frequency interrupt. It switches the channel from the Archonic broadcast to the Christ broadcast. It doesn't just ask God to come. It summons the presence of the pleroma into the immediate now. Paul used this word in 1 Corinthians 16:22. He wrote in Greek, but he left Maranatha untranslated in Aramaic. Why? Because he knew the power was in the sound, not the definition. He was leaving a weapon for the initiates. A password. When you speak it with intent, you are not begging. You are commanding the atmosphere to align with the divine. Now, I must give you a warning. This is not a safe practice for the casual tourist. This is warfare. When you begin to use Maranatha to clear your mind, you will likely experience the backlash. The Archons do not give up their food source easily. When you interrupt their signal, they will fight back. You might experience a sudden spike in anxiety, vivid nightmares, or intrusive thoughts screaming at you to stop. This is not a sign that it's not working. This is proof that it is. The parasite is thrashing because it is starving. So, how do we wield this? The protocol. Preparation. Do not speak it mindlessly. Center yourself. Feel the divine spark in your chest. The invocation. Speak the word aloud. Maranatha. Stress the second syllable. Let it vibrate in your sternum. The target. When an intrusive thought attacks, you are worthless. Do not argue with it. Arguing feeds it. Instead, fire the code. Speak Maranatha directly into the thought. The observation. Watch what happens. The thought will often dissolve or change texture. It loses its emotional stickiness. You have stripped its camouflage. Use it before you enter toxic environments. Use it when scrolling social media, a massive archonic harvesting tool. Use it in the liminal space before sleep to seal your consciousness. You are building a Faraday cage around your soul. You are not a biological accident. You are not a sinner in the hands of an angry God. You are a sleeping giant in a cage made of shadows. And you have been given the key. Jesus didn't come to start a religion. He came to start a jailbreak. Maranatha is the sound of the prison doors opening. So tonight, do not just go to sleep. Go to war. Speak the word. Reclaim your mind. Starve the parasites. If this message has found you, it is because your frequency is already shifting. You are ready. Type I am awake in the comments one last time. Stamp it into the digital record. The Archons are watching. Let them see you standing. The time for silence is over. Maranatha.